Good evening everyone and welcome to League of Europe. We are here for Formula 2. It is Division 2. It is Season 4. It's Round 7 of the Championship as we take in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix from the Baku Street Circuit. My name is James Hay, going to be taking you through the stream here in Division 2 as always. And I'm going to be taking you through as the solo commentator, of course, here within Division 2. If I said to you that about 3 or 4 minutes ago I wasn't going to have the driver standings, you would have probably laughed, but that was honestly my situation. But RGDW leads from Heated in second. RGDW on 210 points, with Heated in second on 177, De Tim in third on 175, and then Pharrell Fury in fourth on 154, Jordan in fifth on 133, DOHC and Ryan are tied for sixth on 131, Lars in eighth on 99, Cam K-Bomb in ninth on 96, and Alex in 10th on 84. All Maverick not here last week, he is here though this week, and he's in 11th on 73, Callie in 12th on 71, with Calvin in 13th on 62, Cloudy Cloud in 14th on 35, then Ghost Recon in 15th on 39, Jasper in 16th on 29, and then Yav and Kieran 17th and 18th on 12 and 11 respectively. So Ibble has scored 8 points, Brandon has got 4, Felipe, Knight and Capitona have got 2 and 1 points respectively, and the only two that haven't started a race this season, which is a real shame, Alpha Kellys, who's the IFR man, and X2 Shady, who's actually there in the stream, or actually there in the lobby right now. And I'm just flicking through to see how many drivers we have got. We've got a random French guy in that I'm not attempting to pronounce his full name on the stream, but I'll just go for Passez-moi. Passez-moi, why not? There we are. That. If my French pronunciation offends you, then I'm sorry. Anyways, Charu, 306 points, leading the way from Ian Virtuosi in second on 287, Campos in third on 259, Carlin in fourth on 204, with Trident in fifth on 194, High Tech in sixth on 188, BWT Race Lab in seventh on 101, Arc Grand Prix in eighth on 74, Dams in ninth on 66, and Prima in 10th on 8 points. And of course it is the McLaren car launch tonight as well. I'll be having one eye on the action on the F1 stream certainly, but I will also be commentating you through the action out on track. Hopefully the McLaren launch is not going to overtake the viewing figures here from League of Europe Division 2 tonight, and certainly for Division 1 as well, where Daniel Hoggard, of course, is going to be taking you through the action for that. And we are just a couple of minutes away, I think, from beginning. There has been an F1 patch update, and really the only thing to write home about is there's nothing really changed on the F2 side, which is very good for us, and it's very good for me, because I don't have to inform you about that much. However, the time trial time boards now appear. They didn't for me just yesterday, but they do appear now, and a few other patch fixes there. You can go on the F1 website to have a look on that, or the F1 game website I should say, to have a look on that. And I apparently have heard F1 2021 could be getting released in around June time. That's what I've heard on the branches, but there we are. You might have just heard that first anywhere in the same racing community, but there we are. We are just waiting then on, I think, the 7 o'clock timer to hit, which will be very soon indeed. Before I forget, and because we don't have a stream on Tuesday, happy Pancake Tuesday, by the way, for tomorrow. Tell me your favourite pancakes that you're going to be having if you live, of course, in the UK. Tell me them in the comments section, and if anybody says Nutella on a pancake, then I will at you in the comments section. Is a terrible combination to have. I normally go for sugar and a bit of lemon, and that's it. I'm a bit of a plain old fellow, if I've got to be honest. We are here though in Baku, 6 kilometres the circuit, 20 turns awaiting the drivers out on track, and of course, like Formula 2, it is the sprint race and the feature race going to be unfolding. We have got one-shot qualifying and 50% races for both, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, are 16 laps and 12 laps around here, if I'm not mistaken. The last time I commentated around Baku in an F2 lobby, well, look on my Twitter at B52Head and you'll see the result of that between Blizzard and Toxic. That was in TTLF2 back in the day, and that was honestly the closest finish I think I've ever commentated on. 11 hundredths of a second separating the guys, out on track, and hopefully we might just get that tonight. However, I'm not building up hope at all for the action to unfold. I think we might be just running a couple of minutes late, possibly, but Formula 1 is going to be live. The Division 1, I should say, is going to be live. RJDW is also live, by the way, on his YouTube channel, and I have just mentioned that now. Probably going to give him a couple of streams there. He is streaming through Twitch and onto YouTube, which looks very good indeed, and you can see his lovely face, the championship leader there, out on track, and I'm sure he will give us a wave if he is listening to the stream. But there we are. We are just moments away, as I say, from getting going here in Baku, and Baku, of course, famous for the Maiden Tower. The Maiden Tower, of course, up the castle section, what I used to call Baku Castle. I found out it was the Maiden Tower to the left-hand side. That's through 8, 9, 10, 11, so that section on the left-hand side is the Maiden Tower, and of course, they hosted Eurovision in 2012, and the big flame towers as well are the turn basically adjacent towards turn 7. You see it in the frontal camera shot as you come through turn 6 and then down towards turn 7 before the castle section. That well off in the distance is the flame towers, and that is the pinnacle point, I think, in Baku, what makes it a modern city rather than an old city where the old, of course, meets the new in Baku. But there we are. There we are indeed, and now we are going to get going very soon indeed. I think everyone might be watching the McLaren launch. Natalie Pinkham is leading that tonight for the McLaren launch. We should be getting ready to go though here in Azerbaijan. Haven't been informed that we're starting late, so yeah, I think Jordan might have fell asleep or something watching the stream, possibly, but there we are. League 1, by the way, is also live. Division 1, Daniel Huggard taking you through the main action for Division 1, and then Division 2, of course, is taken you through by myself. And I've just seen a tweet actually pop up on the League of Europe Twitter, at League of Europe, if you are interested in following us, of course, on Twitter. NSX Montana has scored 1,000 points in his League of Europe history, which is absolutely phenomenal. Well done to Montana, first and foremost, for that stat. It's an absolute unbelievable stat to have, and hopefully it is just going to be another 1,000 points coming his way, possibly possibly not by the end of this season, but maybe the end of a couple of seasons' time, if he, of course, is still around. Calvin, we are waiting on updating, or his game is updating, so obviously Calvin is the one that we're waiting on. Thank you very much to Peas, I think that was in the comment section, that notified me to that. I haven't checked the Discord, so that's probably why. And Sophian, I think, has just joined into the lobby as well. But Frosty has got the... there he is. Right on time. As soon as I mention him, he is in. So we are now ready to go. No McLaren launch for us, even though I've caught the first couple of minutes. Post all race grievances, or post-race grievances, towards Calvin. So anything will go to Calvin tonight. He'll pick up on, I think, everything that is going to unfold. But we are just moments away. 19 drivers, excluding me, of course. 19 drivers to do battle out on track, and it's going to be fascinating to watch as we get in a couple of seconds early. Everyone clearly wants to get on with things now. We are coming into one-shot qualifying. There is Baku. There is the street circle around Baku, where the old, of course, meets the new. It is the capital of Azerbaijan, as I've already said, and in 2012 it hosted the Eurovision Song Contest in the Baku Crystal Hall, which is right on the dock front, about a mile or so away from the actual race circuit. So there we are. Now we come into the lobby, and we are about to get going here out on track for what promises to be one of the wackiest races, I think, of the season so far here in Division 2. Of course, Ivor Bryn Mike took you through the first couple of rounds of the season. I'm taking you through this one, and looking at the weather out on track, it is absolutely bone dry, which is good to see. Not sure what that mechanic, by the way, is doing on the left-hand side. Looks a bit suspect, if I've got to be honest, on the left-hand side. I don't know what he's doing. Anyways, we are getting ready for the cars to come out on track, and we should be getting ready to see whoever we're going to go on board with in terms of formation, in terms of one-shot qualifying. I think it was Cali last week that we're on board with, if my mind serves me right, as we go on board with X2 Shady, who is a newcomer to Division 2, and we're going to go on board with him onto a lap we go, and already comes across the line, 43.3 through sector 1. I don't know what that was. Now through turn 1 though, and of course he is in the high tech of Luca Giotto XT Shady, so now comes through turn 1, and then up towards turn 2. As with the Epic, very nicely indeed, nicely controlled, I've got to be honest, very nicely gets a few positions through there. For all Fury to Tim, Heated and Alex, the top 4 RGDW right up there as well. Of course, 2 compounder tyres available for the guys out on track, and that is a set of super softs and a set of soft compounder tyres, if I'm not mistaken, as Callie has had a spin, I think, coming through. He's just gaining up now a couple of positions again. But to Tim out on top, Maverick is second now, RGDW in third, Shady through the first sector, 40.3, which is not too bad, it's not too quick though through the first sector. There the flame towers directly in front of the camera shot, as now actually Shady lags his way down towards turn 7 in the high tech, very hard on the brakes there. Now comes in towards the Fearsome Castle section. Perez, Leclerc, et al. Have hit this wall, and luckily Shady doesn't become along that. But RGW, our current championship leader, is out on top in this session. Alt Maverick in second, Heated in third, and now come to the highest point of the track towards turn 13 and then towards turn 14. Of course, Grosjean spun there in the safety car in 2017 or 2018, if my mind serves me right. Shady now comes down into the end of the middle sector. Let's see how he's going to get on as he comes down into this middle sector split. Passimoir is just in behind him, Ghost Recon just behind him as well. 26.9 through the middle sector from Shady, as he now flies towards the final couple of corners through 17 and then through turns 18 and then through 19. Very nicely controlled again. Looks like he's on a wheel compared to what you normally see on a pad. Alt Maverick, Heated and RGDW, they were going to fight out for pole position. Shady, though, is going to come up towards the line. What is his lap time going to be? And it's not going to be respectful to those guys out on top, but it's Alt Maverick, the American, who takes it out on top. And a fantastic qualifying from him. Alt Maverick is on top, and I'm just trying to find where he is. There he is there, the Carlin man, and he's out on top of 151.6. I think we've got the top 5 or 6 separated by just 4/10 of a second as well. That is the end of the one-shot qualifying. 50% race now, feature race up and going, and Alt Maverick out on top from Heated in second. RGTW in third with the Tim in fourth. Calvin rounding off the top 5, 3/10 off, with Jasper in 6th. Cam came home in 7th, Pharrell Fury in 8th, DOHC in 9th, Callie for Excel in 10th, with Lars in 11th, Shady in 12th, about a 10th ahead of Cloudy in 13th, goes Recon only 1100ths of a second behind him, with Passimar in 15th, Felipe 16th, Alex in 17th, and Ibo not getting a representative time in there, 207.9, disappointing right down the back, but at least he's not at the back of the field as ISRL Jordan has disqualified from the session, obviously picked up an invalidation on that lap, but the American from the Maltese man, from the Brit, as we come into the formation lap and we get ready for the drivers to be prepared. I'm just tuning into the McLaren stream as well, see if they've announced their car just yet. No, Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris are now on my screen, but there we are. And it is raining here in Azerbaijan. It is raining in Azerbaijan, which can only mean one thing. Everyone has got to go on to saddle the wet compounder tyre. Of course, they can't go on the dry set, and they certainly can't go on a set of inters. They can only dispose of several litres of water, the wet tyres. There's only one wet compounder tyre, and it's essentially a bit of a mix between the two that you normally see in Formula 1. But there we are, as we see a very good man of RGDW just tuning into the stream once again. He's got some gloves on there, which is very nice indeed. But there we are. Division 1 also live, by the way, if you do want to tune in for that. They're about to get underway. Toxic, Campbell and Matthias, first, second and third. We are about to get underway for our formation lap, however. So they're a couple of minutes ahead of us if you do want to tune in for that. But formation lap now starting. And Alt Maverick and the Carlin, 15 laps await the drivers out on track. And you can see the rain coming down off the camera angle. And you can see out on the tyres that it is going to be the tyres that everyone wants to avoid. And of course it is the wet compounder tyre that all of these guys have, all 19 drivers. And we already see a spinner there in the background. And I'm trying to pinpoint who that might be. And that, I think, was Jasper. Yeah, Jasper out of turn 1 has spun on the formation lap, which is not too bad at all, which is not too great at all, I should say. So now we make our way down in towards turn number 3 for the technical first time on this formation lap. So Maverick now leading the way through. And the American looking good. In terms of the strategy, you would imagine that these guys might have to pit towards the end of the race if it becomes dry. If not, then I'm not sure how far the wets can actually go around this track, whether they degrade enough to get a mandatory pit stop in remains to be seen. But of course, in Formula 2 there is a mandatory pit stop, so I imagine if it stays wet they have to come in for another set of wet, so we'll have to see how that is going to go on. Shady's connection was a little bit shaky and he has left the session. Hopefully it's fixed itself in terms of the glitch that normally pops up in sim racing, where if you leave in the formation lap or you disconnect in the formation lap, then it causes all sorts of carnage and I will have to restart my game if that is the case. Top of the hill now though for Alt Maverick. Do let me know, by the way, your top 3 in the comment section. I really hope that we're going to get a good race for you guys tonight as well. Felipe getting some support from Louis there in the comments section, and Jordan saying early rain in the feature, which is not too bad. Dario Hasapi is the random French guy. Passez-moi, as we're going to call him in commentary tonight. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? It's fantastic to see him. Maverick saying, Paul, grazie. There we are. Simple comments from him. And yeah, Jordan saying it's early rain in the feature, so that's going to be quite interesting. We're going to see how far this rain actually lasts for. I would imagine it'll last for about 10 or 15 minutes, which normally means the first 5 or 6 laps around here. In the wet, you're going to be getting towards 2-minute lap times, I think, in the race, as we wait for Sable and the likes, just coming out of turn 15 and through 16, and then up towards 17, 18, 19, which is 18 and 19 now. So that gives me plenty of time to predict to you who my top 3 is going to be. And you might be wondering who my top 3 is. And I am going to go for RJDW for the win. Showed a lot of pace when unlucky in Belgium last time out. I'm going to go for Alt Maverick for second. And in third, I'm going to go for Calvin. I think Calvin might be quite strong within the wet as well. We have got the final cars joining on. So Ebo, Felipe and the likes joining on at the back of the field, as we wait for Jasper to take his grid slot as well. Just moments away then from race 1, the feature race, here tonight in Baku. We are about to get going very soon indeed. The rain is quite light at this moment in time in Baku, but the 5 red lights are hopefully going to go out, and now they come on. The 5 red lights are going out here in Division 2 for League of Europe, and it's lights down, and away we go. And a good start by Alt Maverick, good start as well by Heated. A little bit of a graphic switch to the left hand side, but Alt Maverick leads down in towards turn 1. Heated has got a good start. RJDW tries to find around the outside of the Tame, holds the position nicely, but now it is Heated in the lead of the race. The Maltese man is through, and Alt Maverick is now under pressure from RJDW down the inside line. Oh, and he spins the car. The championship leader spun. The championship leader has spun, coming out of turn 2, and it's an absolute disaster, not only for my prediction, but it's an absolute disaster for the champion. He's down, and Passez-moi has been caught up in an instant as well. Coming through turn 2, he batters the wall, and it's Alex. Actually, no, it's not Alex who leads the way, it's Heated who leads the way. From Detim in second, Detim's up into second, Alt Maverick third, Jasper's up to fourth, which is a really good start from him, but now Detim, right on the back of the Maltese man, Heated. Coming to the first sector for the first time. Out of the first sector for the first time. The flame tower's just in the foreground of shot. Tim tries to get the maximum traction down, but into the back he goes in towards turn 7. But Heated leads coming through into towards the castle section for the first time. And we'll see how everyone fares with the castle section in the wet. Very close to the wall there. The Tim loses a little bit of ground. Jasper, Camke, Mom, Pharrell Fury, they're all through fine at this moment in time. Yeah, everyone through nicely, which is good to see. Calvin's got a bit of damage as well. Felipe as well, I think. And Lars, not sure what's going on here. 3 wide. As Lars has got damage, left side end plate damage, I think, coming out of the castle section, possibly. Oh, Shady hits the wall, and now DOHC tries to go down the inside line. It's so violent, these conditions, and already we have a safety car. Safety car out on track, not sure what for, no car has spun, but Heated is in the lead of this race, and a safety car has been deployed out on track. The Tame in second, and Alt Maverick in third position early on. Well. Safety car early on here in Baku. And just tuning into Division 1 as well to see what they're up to. And they're on to lap 4, and they've got beautiful blue skies, which is typical. Matthias tries to go around the outside of Campbell in that race, but Heated leads the way on towards lap 2. Determined second, with Alt Maverick in third. The timing glitches will fix themselves, by the way. Passemoir has got no front wing right at the back of the field. He's got right side end plate damage to that car, of course, heading through turn 2. And that means he's going to have to try and troop around into the pit lane. Look at the amount of pit stops that are being made from this early damage as Calvin has, well, sped past Felipe going into the pit lane. Not sure if that's allowed or not, but if it is, then I give him the benefit of the doubt. But Calvin into the pit lane then, and he's the only Dan's car here tonight, in fact. So Calvin into the pit lane. Same with Shady, same with Sir Ibo, Passemoir, Ghost Recon, Jordan and Felipe, and Lars and Cloudy Cloud all into the pit lane early on here in League of Europe. Calvin now coming out the pit lane. He's going to be one of the final drivers to leave, actually, the pit lane out on track. But that man there, Heated, leading the way under the safety car. We are on lap 2 out of 15. Rain is still falling here in Baku. When it rains in Baku, it really does fall. 5-second penalty, of course, for Calvin, picked up in the pit lane. Speeding into the pit lane. We see the Tim nearly goes spearing off into the wall there, and I think Alt Maverick has... I thought he had a little bit of damage there, but forgive me, my eyesight is not the greatest. Alt Maverick, no damage on that car, but he has lost a lot of ground from the early beginnings of this race. Heated leading though, to Tim in second, Alt Maverick in third. While we wait for the safety car period to end, I will be back in just a couple of moments' time. DOHC then into the pit lane, left side end plate damage on the Trident as he now comes into the pit lane. Should rejoin, I think, in the same position as he was in. Shady Lars are trying to catch the safety car queue. Might be out for a couple of laps yet under the safety car. And DOHC, I'm not sure if that's an absolute mistake or not, or if he wants to get warm into tyres. I'm afraid to say, mate, it is raining still out on track. And he's got on, as you can see, onto a set of medium compound of tyres, and he slides his way nearly out across the pit lane wall there. Passemoir gets past on Frosty Calvin. Calvin also into the pit lane as well. He's going to put on a fresh set of wets, and he is going to serve up his 5-second penalty. So 5-second penalty now deployed in the pit lane, of course, or now served up, I should say, in the pit lane from Calvin. That's Felipe and Ibo going past. Could be out quite a while underneath the safety car at this point. Peter though leading the way up in towards the castle section. It's getting light of the rain. Peter, of course, in Nikita Mazepin's car. Not going to be showing Nikita Mazepin standard of driving, I don't think, the Maltese man. But we are on lap 3. It's the Tim in second, Alt Maverick there in third, Jasper there in fourth after a spin in formation lap, doing a good job. Cam came home in fifth. Valkyrie in sixth. Looking at how everyone is doing in terms of position changes, well, 9 positions gained for Alex. He's the furthest gained out on track. Jordan has gained 6 positions as well, from 19th on the grid, so right from last position. So Ibo, in the meantime, has spun, coming through out of turn 3. But we're going to get the safety car coming in this lap. I don't think we will. Normally be about this point here where we should see the safety car come in. Has been later than that, actually. I don't think everyone is onto the back of the safety car queue yet, so I imagine we're staying out at least another lap under the safety car and wait for everyone to go. But look at where Ibo is. He's on the other side of the track. These guys are coming through down and towards turn 1. The safety car is still out here in Formula 2 in Division 2. And it is Heated who leads the way from the Tim in second, Alt Maverick there in third, Jasper in fourth. Ralph Fury now into the pit lane. I wonder what this is going to be for. I wonder if this is for a set of mediums or for a set of dries or for a set of wet compound tyres. Looks like it's a set of dries and it's a set of mediums. So for Ralph Fury going on to a set of mediums, he's another one to gamble early in this. DOHC might have reported back there to Ralph Fury if they're both in the same party, of course. They will be going out onto the mediums. But looking at DOHC, I think he's just came into the pit lane actually. So DOHC is into the pit lane. Rain, I think, has stopped or has nearly stopped out on track. Felipe, I think, staying out. Calvin as well is into the pit lane. So Calvin into the pit lane will gamble. Heated then is coming out of turn 6 and down in towards the Flame Towers corner at turn 7. Hopefully everyone doing well. Go and make yourself a cup of tea. I think at this point we might be in here for an absolute long run. So by the way, is on the other side of the track and it's going to be a long while. We have got 9 drivers, well 8, 9, 10, 11 drivers I would say on the back of the safety car queue when we get underway. But it's going to be a long night, so just prepare yourselves, get something to eat, get something to drink, be ready, and let's see how this is going to all unfold out on track. We should be getting going, I think, very soon indeed. Lap 7 out of 15, by the way. Dylan has just retired in League of Europe Formula 1, in Division 1, I should say. Verstappen out on top, Toxic second, Matthias in third. Beautiful blue skies there for Mr. Hogarth. Not so for me. A safety car is now coming in this lap. So the virtual Bert Marlander is coming in, and now Heated is the virtual Bert Marlander, and he's got to make sure that this is a consistent pace, kept within the rules, and the team will follow him. Or Maverick following as well. These guys, I think, are going to be struggling on this start, because you've got Pharrell Fury in a set of mediums. He's not on the back of the safety car queue, but he could catch before the end. Because edging towards the pit lane to Tim, hassling the back, and I think we've gone. Heated has gone. Now we're back underway. Rain has stopped out on track as well. So Heated leads the way as we come across the line to start lap 4 out of 15. In fact, he dives into the pit lane. In fact, they're all diving into the pit lane. I don't think I've ever seen something like it. Everyone is diving into the pit lane as if there's been a red flag called out on track. As now Pharrell Fury leads the way out on track. Pharrell Fury has burst away on a set of medium compound tyres. This might be the luckiest win he might ever get. Pharrell Fury is 10 seconds clear of Heated as he comes through in towards turn 2. It's an absolute masterstroke from him. Heated there in second. Shady has just came into the pit and has been held up into the pit, actually, has Shady. And only has picked through and now ready for him. But look at the gap. Pharrell Fury has got half of the first sector overheated at this moment in time. It's absolutely unbelievable. Felipe is still staying out on that side. Where compound tyres into Tim has spun and he's lost his right side end plate. And Felipe, I think, has nearly spun there as well. Felipe really struggling on that tyre. So it was Old Maverick who nearly spun. So Old Maverick nearly spun. Wets and the mediums were in between the two, I think, at this point. But Pharrell Fury has pulled off the absolute masterstroke of the century. If he can get those tyres to the end, he deserves a medal. Quite literally out on track. So Pharrell Fury leading the way up through the castle section. 18.2 seconds. Well, I think it's fair to say the bird has flown out on track. That bird being Pharrell Fury leading the way. Heated there in second. Old Maverick now on the back of Felipe. He's on the outside line, and Felipe... Old Maverick overcommitted into the corner. Beautiful move though by Old Maverick. He is through on a fresh set of mediums. He's through and he's up into fourth. Felipe though is going to be really holding up Cali. Cam K, Mum and Lars into the castle section. They're literally trailing through here. They're going at 55 mile an hour up the hill, which is normally what a road car would do, probably up there at full speed. The Tim though, right on the back after that spin, as now we see Cali up to the inside line. Cam K, Mum's going to be very, very close to the back of Cali as well, running down in towards turn 14. Pharrell Fury, oh, as Cali goes into the back, and look at Lars. Lars absolutely dives it down the inside, and he's going to let him through. I think the Tim is going to hold him back. Yeah, the Tim holds back, but Felipe holding up a right train here. Ralph Fury leading 17.3 seconds. He might not have the pace, but he's got the advantage out on track. Cali through and he's up to 5th. Cam came on through and he's up into 6th. Felipe really struggling. Out on track as the Tim has to back off, and Lars is through and he's up into 7th. And now the Tim is surely going to get Felipe as well. 4th position. Portuguese man is going to have to come into the pit lane very soon indeed. The Tim is going to be flying his way up into 8th. And yet, the Tim is now up into 8th position. Alex right on the back of Cloudy Cloud as well. And now looking for the move. The German on the back of the Brit, running down in towards turn 1. Alex, I think, has got the legs on this one. And he's got the move done. Down the inside line he goes. Fastest lap's being set by everyone, nearly side by side in fact. But Alex, pressure traction, pressure car, he's through and he's up into 11th position. As now Cam came home right on the back of Cali. Is he going to try and dive it down the inside? Very close between the two sister cars almost. And that is Trident and Chiru, of course, doing battle. Chiru, of course, represented by this man here. Cam came home. The American gets a phenomenal run out on the Brit though. Cali is going to be really struggling for traction here. And surely this is job done. Cam came home and ran the outside line through turn 6. No way! Brilliant move! Absolutely sensational stuff. And now Lars is going to try and come into that as well. Lars right on the back to Tim. Oh, just about breaks him behind. But Cam came home. You have to take your hat off for that move. Absolutely brilliant. Around the outside he went through turn 6 of all places. He is through in the Chiru and he's up into 5th. But for how long? Because he's just made a significant error there. Cali now in 6th. Lars in 7th in behind as well. Bird has flown out in front for Ralph Fury. 15.6 seconds clear. Heated 4.8 seconds clear of Jasper. And then Jasper is in turn 3.8 seconds clear of all Maverick for 3rd to 4th. Ralph Fury, new fastest lap of the race. Lars right on the back of Cali. He's going to come under a lot of pressure here by the BWT race lap car. Formerly known as BWT Arden, of course. Lars is that driving for. Looks like an F2 racing point, to be honest. And now Lars absolutely scythes his way, passing Cali. Is he going to have the legs or down and towards turn 1? Moves across slightly. They've got to give each other plenty of room. Cali's now going to try and come back though in the Trident. And now the Trident of in Roy Nassani's car, of course. Cali has to back off that one. Gets so close to the curb. The Lars is through and he's up into 6th. Cali a little bit struggling there, coming out of turn 7. And now to Tim, who's in touch as well as Ghost Recon. Cloudy Cloud is side by side with the championship leader RJDW and DOHC. And Calvin goes around the outside of DOHC. So Calvin, is he through and he's up into 14th? Yes, he is. Brilliant stuff by Calvin, the Belgian, who I predicted for 3rd position on the grid. He's now in 14th. First comes to show, don't predict the results around here. Simple as that. In fact, none of my guys I predicted are in actually a top 3 out on track, which is absolutely disgraceful, I think. The stewards need to look at this result. For Ralph Fury leading the way though by 4.8 seconds, now 14.5 seconds is now Heaton begins to come on the back of him. 14.5 seconds between now and the end of the race. It's doable, but then again, I think for Ralph Fury's got too much of an advantage out on track. Jasper there in 3rd with Maverick in 4th. Cam came home in 5th. Lars in 6th. Cali 7th, Tim in 8th, Shady in 9th, goes Recon in 10th, and Alex rounding off the top 11. RJDW, look at the pace of RJDW, the Brit, now on the back of the German just in front of him. Look, probably down in towards turn 1, possibly for a move. Very close to the back there. In fact, coming through turn 15, and now on the run down towards turn 16 out on track. But for Ralph Fury is 14 seconds clear of Heated at this point, coming down in towards turn 1. Heated is only through turn 1. Looking further up the field, I think we're going to see possibly the battle between RDW and Alex out on track. All 19 still going, which is very positive to see. As now, here comes the Brit, the championship leader, on the back of Alex the German, and sets a new fastest lap. Doesn't go for the move though. Calvin as well, just in the background of the shot, getting the move done in the dams. He is through as Cloudy Cloud nearly goes into the back of him there. For 13th is unlucky for some, not unlucky for Calvin though, when he's up into 13th as Cloudy Cloud struggles his way just in behind. The Tim closing up on Cali quite quickly as well for 7th, not quite close enough. Goes Recon trying to get onto the back of Shady. Shady, I think, has got a little bit of damage on that car, possibly on the left side end plate. Ghost Recon now is on the back of Alex, or Alex is on the back of Ghost Recon, I should say, and RGTW is on the back of Alex as well. But Ghost Recon now, the other American in the field, right on the back of Shady the Brit. And Shady, hopefully not looking very shady with his connection earlier on, but now, there was overtake mode. I think Ghost Recon will go for it, to be honest, down in towards turn 7, and Shady's gone too deep, too far, and that is a move done for Ghost Recon, and that should be a move done for Alex as well. And RGW gets forced into the wall by Shady, and I think RGW has now got right side end plate damage as a result of that idiotic behaviour. Luckily, actually, no damage on that car, but that was just stupid, absolutely stupid, coming across to try and defend the position, going into the castle section, albeit as well. But RJDW, very, very lucky boy not to have any front wing damage there, as now Shady is really under pressure. I think the Brit should just dive one down the inside, and now to turn 16, then through towards 17, and now look at this, side by side, as we come up towards 18 and 19, but the Brit is better, he thinks better of it. Now they come through towards turns 18, 19, and then through 20, and look at the run he's got. Shady has just been left behind. Even the lag cannot do him any harm, and now Calvin is absolutely flying on both of them. Calvin now could get one, could get two, sets a new fastest lap of the race. He's down the inside on Shady. Can he get the move done? Yes, he can. Calvin through, and he's up into 12, really making his way through the field nicely. Shady is lagging a lot, though. A couple off Calvin into the wall. Calvin pulls away from him now, and he's up into 12th. Good stuff there by Calvin. Down the inside line, not too aggressive in getting that move done as well. Now he is onto the back of the championship leader RJDW. Pharrell Fury leading. Heated there in second. Jasper's being caught maybe in behind from Old Maverick. As my voice is already going, you can probably hear a little bit of a croak in the voice. But there we are. As now, Frosty Calvin right on the back. Shady right on the back as well. But Pharrell Fury leading, Heated in second. Jasper in third position. Well, Maverick there in fourth. Cam came home in fifth position as well. And looking at the reveal for the MCL 35M, which is probably a little bit better than what we've got. It's not been announced yet. Zach Brown is now on, which is great. There we are. Tim, right on the back. Jack Aiken's car. Jack Aiken, of course, making his Formula 1 debut last season in Williams. The Tim, obviously a Division 1 driver last season within League of Europe. Of course, we've expanded to 2 tiers since then. But he has got pace and he has got consistency where it necessarily needs be, and now he needs it to try to get onto the back of Cali. His teammate in behind as well, Alex. I'm sure they're good friends, both Germans, of course, in real life. Campos now tries to chase down the Carlin ahead. Carlin, of course, of Ghost Recon. Alex in the Campos. Can the Campos come down in towards turn 1 and get the move done? No, Alex is still on the back of the Tim. As now we come through up towards turn 2 once again. But, the 10th position. Jasper doing a good job, but look at who's arrived on the scene. RGDW now arriving on the scene. Alex could think about having a move done on Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon defines to the inside line. Is it enough though? They bang wheels running down in towards turn 3. Alex tries to go around the outside. Not enough from Ghost Recon. That is sensational from Alex. Down the inside. Now commits it through turn 4. Brilliant stuff by the German. He is through and he's up into 9th position. And that is an absolute sensational move from Alex. Really good stuff. And he's through on Ghost Recon. He's through and he's up into 9th. And now, joining the fray, RGDW, and look who's on the back as well, Calvin on the back. These two have got pace. These two might be going for a reverse grid pole position. I think it's too much to get to Tim, but you never know. Penalties could play a big factor around here. But Recon's still on the back of Alex though. Calvin right on the back of the championship leader. Pharrell Fury though still leading. 10.7 seconds. That is not going to come down in 5.5 laps time. Pretty much 5 laps time now as Pharrell Fury starts the 5th to last lap out on track in the feature race. The sprint race still to come, as that is Jordan getting the move done on DOHC. Jordan is through up into 14th in the Univirtuosity. And DOHC with damage is now through down into 15th position. As Maverick now chases down Jasper for a possible 3rd position, and now he's got back on board with Ghost Recon, because this is Ghost Recon's move now to lose. Alex on the inside line, he has not got the drag, that extra speed really coming into play for Ghost Recon. RTW catching in behind, I don't think he's going to be close enough down in towards turn 1. He's a lot later on the brakes. Speaking of late on the brakes, Calvin just shoulder shoots through turn 1. He's got damage into the right hand side, and play he goes, and he's got damage out on track. Alex forcing his way through, the Ghost Recon now is going to defend. Alex, but look at RGDW, he is not going to pull this off around the outside of both of them, is he? Down in towards turn 3, Alex has now cut across, RGDW tries to go around the outside of a Ghost Recon, can he get the move done? Can he do what Alex did to Ghost Recon just a lap or so ago? Down the inside and towards turn 4, they rub each other a little bit, but still they're side by side, run up in towards turn 5, and now RGDW tries to go around the outside line, through turn 5, Zone on the marbles, down the inside and towards turn 6. Ghost Recon comes out on top. Good defensive driving, good wheel-to-wheel racing there between them both. And Ghost Recon still stays in 10th, RJDW in 11th. And now Calvin, with that damage, is trying to catch back up. Calvin, of course, ran wide coming through turn 1. If you are just tuning in and didn't see what happened to him, Callie, in the meantime, on the back of Lars. And that's why, because Lars has hardly got a front wing. On that car, he's got left side end plate damage, and that is to Tim, now through, and he's up, Callie up 6th, and to Tim now down into, up in 7th, passing Lars. Well, Maverick, I think, has made a mistake, either a half spin or a significant error nonetheless, as now he has dropped a 2nd off the back of Jasper, because Jasper was about 4 or 5 tenths ahead of him last time I looked, but there we are. RJDW on the back of Ghost Recon, and now Recon under threat here from the Brit in front, or in behind I should say. Ghost Recon now comes down the straight, and now RGDW is looking all over the back. This is job done down in towards turn 1, and the championship leader sails on by Lars into the straight lane as well. That's 2 positions really for RGDW. He's through and he's up into 9th, getting past Ghost Recon, and he is on for a reverse grade pole position, possibly out on track like he achieved in Belgium last week before it all went wrong for him out on track as well. But can the Brit make any more ground out on track? Pharrell Fury doing a fantastic job out in front. The Irishman took the initiative, took the race by the scruff of the neck, and leads. 9.1 seconds is the gap now, 9 seconds out on track. Heated in 2nd, Jasper in 3rd. And looking at the McLaren that has just been released, it looks papaya coloured. That's what I can tell you. Maverick right on the back of Jasper. Jasper under pressure now, 5.5 tenths of a second. Separating as we come down in towards turn 13 and then through 14 and down the hill and towards 15. Same time, you just got a shuttle there to the right hand side. You now come down in towards turn 15. The embassy building's there to the right hand side. There, old Maverick comes down in towards 15. Ralph Fury though still leading the way, heated in 2nd, Jasper in 3rd, and then old Maverick in 4th position. Now Maverick right on the back. Attacks coming through turn 19, and now comes down in towards through the final corner, down in towards turn 1. Is he going to be close enough? Look at the real-in speed of old Maverick. He's closing, he's closing, he's closing. I don't think it's going to be good enough. He could try and sail around the outside line. Jasper's got to watch out though. He doesn't want to overrun down through turn 1. Now through in towards turn 2. Old Maverick on the inside line. Tries to get the move done. Jasper gives him the room. Jasper comes across. That was legal. And now old Maverick is surely going to get the run on Jasper. And this is Jasper's position now to lose really. Old Maverick now through, surely down the inside line, and he's just about hanging on. Jasper's still there. Jasper could try and dive it, but no. Old Maverick through, and he's up into P3. Good racing there by Jasper. He tried to fight that back. He's down into P4 now. Old Maverick through, and he's up into 3rd position out on track. And I think we saw RGDW get through as well down towards turn 1 on Alex. So RGW now through, he's up into 8th. Shady right on the back of Jordan as well. Jordan doing well, he's gained some positions from the start of this race. As we now approach the final couple of laps, Ralph Fury is already down in towards turn 16, out on track. And he leads by 8.6 seconds. Took the initiative, took the race by the scruff of the neck, and now leads the way. And it's really all for him to lose out on track. Loz, by the way, went on a set of super softs. DOHC went on a set of super softs, and Ibo earlier on came into the pit lane to go on a set of super soft compounded tyres as well. Jasper coming out of turn 15 through 16. He's got a little bit of a chance now to try and have a run at, as Calvin and Shady have picked up the first 3-second time penalties of the night. Well, Maverick 7-10-2 of Jasper. I don't think Jasper is close enough to the back of the American in front. Well, Maverick third, Jasper fourth. As we run now down in towards turn number 1, out on track. Looking good through turn 1. Still not quite close enough. Is Ghost Recon now close enough to the back of Alex? We've seen these two battle all the way along. Calvin and Jordan. Jordan is now through on Calvin, just in behind, but now Ghost Recon. Look at the closing speed on Alex. He switches, he dummies to the inside line. Ghost Recon down the inside. Can he get the move done? No, he can't. He overcommitted it and he spun. And Alex has spun as well. Both of them get caught up in a bit of contact. Bit of a knock-on effect from the contact there, to be honest. And now Alex resets the track. I'm not sure if that's illegal or not by resetting the track. I certainly think it is. He's now down in 13th position. And actually Ghost Recon, from coming down the inside line, Alex spun it by himself on the outside curb, and Ghost Recon now 9th position, and somehow was coming out on top better than Alex. Does that make sense to you guys? I don't. That doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, Calvin on the back of Jordan, trying to close in towards turn number 4, and then through 5 and 6. 7/10 of a second. He's got that right side end plate damage, of course, but he's doing a good job. There's a little bit of time there, better 10th, 2 tenths, 3 tenths in fact lost on that time. As now we will see the championship, or DOHC in fact, so that's fighting Felipe. This is the 17th or 16th position now. And DOHC, oh, I thought he overcommitted there, but he's got the job done. Up into 16th he goes. Final lap of the race, that's Passez-Moi that has spun through turn 2, but Pharrell Fury, as the sun shines through finally in Baku, Pharrell Fury 10 seconds is the advantage, and this is an absolutely unbelievable drive from the Irishman out on track. Just thought, by the way, I'd give you a sense of Division 1. They're already on the formation up for the sprint race, so we're about 5 minutes behind them, I think. But Pharrell Fury leading the way, heated in second, but it's this man here who is doing an utterly brilliant job out on track. And really, really good to see somebody else win, which is fantastic. And doing a fantastic job is Pharrell Fury. Alex, by the way, is now through on Shady for position. He's now through on Shady. He's up into 12th. Calvin dropped down behind Jordan, I think, as well, and all of that. But Pharrell Fury now through the castle section for the final time in the feature race. Sprint race, of course, still to come. It'll be a long night, I think, in terms of this. We're coming through towards the final couple of corners. Through towards the final sector we come. And it's been an utterly dominant race from the man out on track. And the Irishman now catching Passez-Moi, who obviously spun through turn 2. He's doing a really good job to try and fend them off. And Pharrell Fury now through the final couple of corners. Felipe now through on DOHC. Now there's Passez-Moi, get out of the way. But Pharrell Fury, what has been quite an uneventful race if you have been one of the leaders. Pharrell Fury, though, rounding the final couple of corners. The Irishman is going to win the feature race here in Baku. Now comes up toward the line. He may as well celebrate from this point onwards. Pharrell Fury across the line, wins in Baku. Really good stuff from him. Now coming across the line to finish in second is Heated. And Heated will finish in second. Maverick in third, but my immediate attention points to this battle here. 6th and 7th, Callie and to Tim. To Tim takes a little bit less than Callie. And now he's got to try and commit down in towards the line. Callie is weaving, trying to break the toe desperately. But now, Maverick finished third, Jasper fourth. I don't think that Tim's got the legs to catch Callie. RGDW's catching as well right at the end. They finished 6th, 7th and 8th in the end. Goes Recon now toward the line to finish in 9th, getting caught by Jordan at the end of this race as well. Jordan across the line to finish in 10th. Then it'll be Calvin across the line to finish in 11th. Alex in 12th, but he'll jump up to 11th. Shady with a penalty 13th. Cloudy Cloud is coming up toward the line now to finish in 14th position. And comes across the line now. Lars across the line, catching all the way to the line. Sets a new fastest lap as well. Felipe now up to 16th. DWHC, I think, had damage, of course. So that means we're going to see Felipe in 16th and DOHC finishing across the line in 17th position. Pleased to say everyone has finished, which is very good to see. Felipe across the line, DOHC across the line. They finish in 16th and 17th respectively. There we are. 17th position now for DOHC, but the winner here is Pharrell Fury. He takes the feature race, and Jordan is awarded the in-game fan driver of the day. As we see now to the top step of the podium, it is the brilliant Pharrell Fury. Plenty of guys doing the Egyptian as they come to the top step of the podium. We saw him short do that, of course, on Saturday when he won in Division 1, and now it's Pharrell Fury who wins in Division 2 of League of Europe. Fantastic stuff out on track. Jasper having a really good race as well, just to pick up on, but a really good race from everyone, I think, out on track. Not one of the cleanest races, but there we are. Pharrell Fury out on top from Heated in second, Maverick finishing in third, with Jasper fourth. Cam came on in fifth, Callie in sixth, to Tim in seventh, RJDW fastest lap of the race, and reverse grid pole in eighth, with Ghost Recon in ninth. Jordan ran off the top 10 with Alex in 11th, Calvin in 12th, recovered well, Shady in 13th, Cloudy 14th, Lars in 15th, Felipe 16th, DWHC in 17th, Passé Moi has beaten one home, and that is Sir Ibo right down at the back of the field. Passé Moi finishing 18th, and Sir Ibo finishing in 19th position. There we are, Pharrell Fury, Heated, Maverick, your top three, and it's now time for the sprint race out on track. I think there's 11 laps awaiting these guys out on track, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be fascinating to see how all of this race is going to unfold. Division 1, by the way, if you want to go and give Mr. Daniel Haggard some love, there's only 2 viewers now on the stream. If you want to go and give some love to him, go on. Do it. Do it now. You have to give him some love, because he's only got 1 viewer, and I'm outperforming him, which means I'm going to be awarded commentator of the season next season. But there we are. Really good racing though in Division 1, and Dylan has retired into the pit lane once again. Saw him retire into the pit lane in the feature race. There in the sprint race, Matthias Lee Nolan second, Rocco third, is currently the gaps out on track, or the positions I should say, out on track. But if you want to stick here with Division 2, I see that 9 of you have tuned in, which is really good indeed. And a fantastic result from all of the guys out on track. Donna as well, just coming in the comment section saying, nice spot, Jasper. Plenty of support for Jasper in Division 2, which I don't really get. Fantastic to see nonetheless. Really good to see a lot of support. But here we are. As now we see the formation lap about to begin. And the sprint race will be getting underway very shortly indeed. By this time, I think, by the time these guys come around, I would say by this time you would have made a cup of tea in this point. However, we have got a race to do. An RGDW out on top to Tim in second, Callie in third, and it's going to be fascinating to see. The only man that's starting on a tyre other than the mediums is Sir Ibo, and I think that has been done to try and give him the pace angle, as opposed to try and get him to the end of the race, because I'm telling you now, those tyres will not get to the end of the race, my friend. RGDW though, out on top. What can the championship leader do? We obviously dropped points there in the feature race. And of course, coming into tonight, just to remind you of the driver's standings coming into tonight, when I get them up. RGW out on top on 210, Heated in second on 177, the Tim in third on 175. So both Heated and the Tim outscored him out on track in the feature race. In the sprint race, it might be that RJDW gets the win out on track, but who knows what is going to unfold. Felipe is waiting a long time, by the way, as well. He's obviously had a collision underneath the formation lap, and we are about to go out on track. Yes, Ebo down there in 19th position, super soft compounder tyres. He's doing a fantastic job, I think, in terms of going on that different strategy, but my fear is those tyres will not make it to the end of the race. This is a high degradation circuit around here in Azerbaijan. Something like in Formula 1, 6 or 7% a lap, these tyres really rub off. And that's why you normally see early pit stops being made within the race. However, these guys don't have to make it in the race. They had to make a mandatory pit stop, of course, in the feature, but not in the sprint race. So watch out for Sabo. If he's got the pace, he could make his way through the field. If he hasn't, then he will stay in that position throughout the race. I'm sorry to say. As now, RJDW comes around the final couple of corners. I am going to wrongly predict another top 3. So my top 3 for this sprint race is RJDW for the win. He can't be beat, surely. Second, I'm going to go for Cali, and in third, I'm going to go for Heated for third. Watch out for Calvin in 12th position. That is a good position to come from if there's an early bit of carnage here in Division 1. And old Maverick giving some love there to Mr. Hogarth. Rocco and Campbell are side by side, by the way, and down in towards turn 2. Campbell has got that move done. Rocco gets the switch back, and now we're about to get going here for Division 2 action. The formation lap has now ended, and we're about to get going. So remember, RJW, Cali, and Heated for my top 3. 5 red lights are going out again for the second time tonight. Long hold, there's bouncing car in the background as well, but it's lights out and away we go. RJW gets a really good start. The Tim gets a really good start as well. And the Brit will hold the lead down and towards turn 1. The Tim actually hits the wall on the inside apex. Very good stuff though early on, and RJW splits away out in front. The Tim in second. Been a little bit of carnage there back in the background. Just seen who's spun. Calvin, I think, is the one that's been caught up in an incident there, which is such a shame. DWC, I think, and a VSC has been deployed. So VSC out on track has been deployed. And these guys are now got to slow down within their delta time. So they've also made a couple of positions, I think, early on from a set of super soft compounder tyres. RJDW leading the way as Passemoir has got a penalty. Same with DUHC. Both of them have got penalties now out on track because of them crashing into each other under the safety car. And now we see the race hopefully going to unfold from around this point onwards. As we have now got racing back underway, and RGW leads the way. Cali in second, Cam came on in third. Say, well, if this was my top 2, then, yeah, we're giving you a 5 at this point if you've tried to predict this, but RGW leading the way. It's absolutely split the field apart by 1.4 seconds down on track from Cali in second. Cam came on in third, Pharrell Fury in fourth, the winner of the feature race, doing a good job so far. Old Maverick there in fifth, and now Old Maverick tries to close in down the back in towards turn 15. Calvin as well going side by side with Shady, gets the move done down the inside line. Goes Calvin. Not sure if he's got damage on that car. He hasn't, and it's Shady that's actually got damage on that car, but he's through nonetheless, and he's up into 12th. Good stuff there from the man out on track. As RGW leads the way, flying through the S section once again. Oh! Shady nearly into the back of DWC there as well. For Fury now running down in towards someone side by side with Old Maverick. In fact, the 3 wide as Heater tries to go around the outside. Oh, they've been pinched into the wall. Old Maverick into the wall. 3 wide and towards turn 1, never goes, and a safety car has been deployed out on track. And that's an absolute shame. It's an absolute shame out on track. Wondering why I was clunking about a little bit there. I've got a lemon refresher trying to get me through the stream. Alex is into the pit lane, Shady, Passemoir, and Lars are all into the pit lane as well. Passemoir has in fact left the session, so hopefully that was his connection rather than anything else. But Cali is the one that pretty much leads under the safety car, but RGW is the one that leads under the safety car. And while we've got the safety car period out, I'm going to go and eat this lemon refresher. So I'll be back in a minute. There we are. I'm back. Just had some Maltesers as well. But there we are. RJW leading the way from Callie in second. Cam came on in third. More support for Jasper in the comment section. He's in fifth. Currently out on track. Jasper seems to be everyone's favourite man out on track, honestly, which is really good to see. RJW though leading the way. Callie second. Cam came on in third. And Jasper there should get on the back of Pharrell Fury. I thought Pharrell Fury had a little bit of damage on that car, but he doesn't. So the University we'll see now is going to be under pressure from Jasper's car, of course, in behind. And Jasper, of course, being in the Ocon Prix, he is going to put a lot of pressure underneath. The safety car is going to remain out at least for another lap or so. Go and grab yourself a cup of tea, I think, at this point, or some popcorn, because we're going to be needing it towards the end of the race. RGW leads the way on towards lap 4. Callie in second. Cam came on in third. Penalty, by the way, that have been picked up so far. Jordan, 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane. DOHC, 5-second penalty. And Alex, 5-second penalty. All for speeding into the pit lane. So there we are. Jasper is the best. Yeah, he's 5th best currently. 5th best currently. But you never know, he might win this one. But I've just got to take a moment and marvel, absolute marvel in my current prediction. RJDW leading, Callie in second. Rewind this back to the start of the sprint race, just before the start of the sprint race. Tell me what I said for my top 3. Yeah, you guessed right. RJDW and Callie. There we are. Cam came on for third. I've got Heated for third. He's down in 6th currently, and both of them are going to be trying to get onto the back, both in the high-tech and the Ocon Prix car, of course. But the Cheroux of RJDW leads the way. Beautiful blue skies here in the centre of Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan. And RJDW now comes in towards the castle section, and run and board with him because I'm going to give you a little bit of a sightseeing tour at this point. As now he comes through past Maiden Tower to the left hand side. I call it Baku Castle for some reason. That's Maiden Tower there in the background of shot, and now we run down in towards. You see some big flame, big metal or glass things coming up very soon indeed. Coming to camera shot now. Those are flame towers just in the background of the all of the embassy buildings going along, and all of the houses that go along the circuit as well. But it's going to be fascinating to see how this race is all going to unfold out on track. Safety car, you would imagine, would be coming in this lap, and should be coming in around about this point, I would think, out on track. Probably just before this section here, about now, I think. No, not now. We're still waiting on Alex to rejoin onto the back, so that's why we might be waiting another lap, possibly. Safety car could still come into the pit lane. As it came out, it has honestly came in this late before, but with Alex not on the back, I don't think we're going to get. We are going to have another lap under the safety car, so another lap at least underneath the safety car. But RJDW leading the way, Callie in second, Cam came on in third, Alfieri fourth, Jasper fifth, Heated sixth, Jordan in seventh, Terminate Calvin ninth, Cloudy in 10th. And then Felipe in 11th, so Ibbold's up to 12th. Just thought I'd mention that. Good job from him. Goes Recon in 13th, probably because there's people been in the pit lane behind him. Shady 14th, Passimoir in 15th. He's an AI because he liked that of the race. Well, Maverick in 16th, Alex in 17th, and then Lars and DUHC about both into the pit lane. DUHC had a little bit of damage there on the left-hand side end plate. He might have had a front wing change, so now he is at the pit lane. The Irishman in 19th, but can we make it the first round this season that I've commented on, certainly, that everyone can make it to the end of the race without trying to crash? Bit of support there from Lars in the comment section as well. Yeah, down in 18th, he's just fresh out the pit lane, so he'll be hoping to try and make mount a challenge coming through the field on that fresh set of medium compounded tyres. Don't let that deceive you, by the way. 2 lap all mediums. I'm not sure if he's got any medium compounded tyres left, so just be careful on that. He will make it to the end of the race though, I can guarantee you that. It's going to be quite tricky for him though towards the end. But RJDW still leading under this safety car period, this extended safety car period. Hope we're not going to have the rest of this race underneath the safety car, because otherwise I'm going to fall off to sleep. I'll probably just end the stream here, to be honest. But RJDW leading the way, the championship leader out in front, Callie in second, Cam came on in third. So we've got Sharu, Trident, Sharu is the order, and then the Univertosi of Pharrell Fury, and then the Art of Jasper in behind. Those are your top 5 cars. RJDW though. Safety car now in this lap. The safety car now coming into the pit lane now. RJDW is underneath the safety car period. He essentially is the virtual Burt Marlander now, out on track. And because I am watching his live stream as well, I can see what this race start is going to be like from his point of view. So he's going about 80 miles an hour currently on the stream. He's just about 15-20 seconds behind the actual coverage. So RJDW now, Callie is not going to let him go. But RJDW now is going to wait until the DRS detection point, I think. He's going to back them up even further. Nearly falling over each other. Now he says go. And now RJW brakes. But Callie is right on the back of him. And that is a really poor restart, I've got to be honest, from RJW standards. As now we come back under racing. And now we're down towards turn 1. Alex has picked up a penalty for ignoring the yellow flag. I wonder if Lars has been caught up in a bit of a collision there as well. But now we're back underway. It's RJW who leads. Jasper tries to go around the outside line. And Pharrell Fury down in towards turn 2. Looks like Jasper had a little bit of damage there on the left-hand side end plate. We'll just try and ride on board with him if we can. Heated now on the back. Looking good for my top 3 currently. And that one's down in towards. Oh, Jasper's into the back. Jasper into the back of Pharrell Fury. If he didn't have damage, now he does. Left side end plate damage clearly off now on that car. So late on the brakes. And that is unfortunately now probably his chance of getting the top 3 over and done with. RJW though leading the way. Callie second. Cam came on in third. As we now come in towards the turn 5 and 6 complex for the 6th time. We're halfway through the race. Flame Tower's just shining in the background of shot to Tim now. Trying to land onto the back of Jordan. Trying tries to commit it down the inside line. Very close. Calvin not too far away either. So we now come through the castle section once again. We're all through there safely. We're on above here with the Tim there. He's just coming through the S section and behind, and Calvin's into the wall. Calvin into the wall. I think he's did well actually to recover that car. And he has another snap of oversteer. Now Ghost Recon is going side by side with Cloudy Cloud in behind. And now Ghost Recon down the inside line. Gets the move done. Brilliant stuff down in towards 13. Gets the move done. Shady's trying to find his way through, and Cloudy Cloud. There's going to be a crash. There is a crash, and Shady's gone straight on into the runoff area. And I think he's trying to get that car spun around. And luckily he has got the car spun around. He's reversed out. But now he's down in the back of the field. That's Cloudy Cloud then down into 19th position. I thought it was Shady that went into the wall, but that man there, RGW, leading the way. Here comes Jordan though, on the back of Heated, and Heated's got damage as well. Right side end plate damage for Heated out on track. So messy restart here in Division 2, but look at Heated's closing speed. Jasper's a sitting duck. Jordan tries to look to the inside line. Is Heated going to look to the outside line? Just about, but Jasper hangs on. Jasper in 5th, Heated 6th. Jordan 7th, and to Tim right on the back of this in 8th. As that has Ghost Recon now through, up into 9th on the Belgian of Calvin, and now to 10. Tries to close in on the back of Jordan. DRS will be enabled next lap around. And it's the championship leader who does lead the way. Shady getting onto the back of Calvin as well, running down. Lots of lag coming from his end now as we come down in towards turn number 3 once again. Doing a good job though out on track to Tim. Trying to hold on to the back of Jordan. Heated, Jasper, getting heated as well in Division 1, by the way. I'll just tune into Division 1 and see how that's going. They've won the final lap. They're finished. They're finished. Verstappen has won. Matthias second, Campbell in 3rd. You want to tune in for the end of that. They've literally just ended. Now Calvin has spun. Calvin has spun, and now Maverick tries to go side by side with Shady. Gets the move done in towards 7. Little bit of an aggressive move there, if I've got to be honest, but I think Shady hit the wall rather than Old Maverick forced him into the wall. And now Jordan has lost the position as well to the Tim. So the Tim didn't go around the outside of the castle section, did he, to get that move done? He's up into 7th. RJDW though, leading the way. Callie in 2nd, Cam came home in 3rd, Pharrell Fury 4th. Then it's Jasper, then it's Heated, then it's the Tim, Jordan, Ghost Recon and Maverick rounding off your top 10. Shady, Alex, Lars, DOHC, Ibo, Calvin, Passemoir, Felipe and Cloudy. Your 19 drivers still continuing on out on track, and RJW doing a fantastic job out on track, which is really good to see. And now Heated under a little bit of pressure from the Tim, and the Tim has got a little bit of closing speed on him. Jordan as well closing in, and Tim of course at the Williams Driver Academy, Jack Aiken, his car reminiscing with that with the back wing there of that car. Alex now trying to go down the inside line of Lars. In fact, he's on the outside line of Lars. Tries to go through turn 1. Lars hangs on to 13. RJW though, dominating out in front by 2.4 seconds. There's the man there out in front, and it's really interesting to see how this race is all going to unfold towards the end here. As is the yellow flag in Sector 3, and Calvin has retired out of the race, so Calvin is out of the race. Alex, though, has got the inside line on Lars, gets the move done. We missed that, but he's through, and he's up into 12th position, is Alex on the back of Lars. So through, he's up into 12th. Up towards the castle section once again. Jasper falling over each other, essentially, these guys. Now a 6-car train, almost. Hopefully we're getting away. Heated, Jasper 5th and 6th. Jasper's got left-hand side end plate damage. Heated's got right side end plate damage. And it's actually the car with the right side end plate damage that will affect the most around this track. Because I'm in the left-hand corner, so it will swing you out wide. Jasper's good for the left-handers. But you see, Heated just slows down coming through. And now the Tim tries to look for the move. Jordan now tries to look for the move on the Tim. And Ghost Recon coming from an absolute mile back on the brakes as well. We've got Maverick just in behind, the 2 Collins now closing in on this battle for 5th. Coming up towards lap 9 out of 11. And that's a great run out by the Tim. Heated on the outside line. He might just get flung into the wall here. Jordan gives the Tim the hurry up, and the Tim has a phenomenal run. That hurry up from Jordan really giving the world a good, and now the Tim is going to be through, and he's up into 6th. But look at Jordan. Jordan is flying his way through. We're 3 wide almost down and towards turn 1. And look at the 2 Carlins getting involved as well. Old Maverick, we are 3 wide down and towards turn 1, and this didn't work before. Is it going to work this time? Certainly 2 wide. As the Tim holds off Jordan, and somehow Old Maverick is not through on Ghost Recon, and now Old Maverick is through on Ghost Recon. He is through on Heated as well. Down the inside line he goes. Little bit of contact from now Heated. Gets the DRS. So does Old Maverick. So does Ghost Recon, and now Recon right on the back. As now the Tim closes up to the back of Jasper. Comes down the inside line. Can he get the move done? Not quite. Jasper hanging on for 5th. The Tim not affording to get any wing plate damage. Old Maverick, by the way, is through, and he's up into 8th. Heated now down into 9th. And Shady's got onto the back of this all of a sudden as well. Alex and Lars not too far away either. But Jasper holding up a right old train here. The Tim, the first man to get past. Is he going to try and lunge it down and towards turn 7? No is the answer. Still on the back. RJW, Cali, Cam came home. I think those are your top 3, to be honest, out on track, as long as they don't pick up any penalties. So RJDW storms his way around the track. Cali 2nd, Cam came home in 3rd. Frail Fury 4th, but now to Tim. Tries to look onto the back of Jasper. Not quite close enough. Shady's on the back of Ghost Recon as well. Alex on the back of Lars. Lars has a bit of a moment there. Loses time to the back of Alex, but that's an advantage rather than disadvantage, because he will now run in a little bit more clear out. Jasper under pressure from the Tim. The Tim is surely going to have the run out compared, but look at Jordan. Absolutely flat out through there, Jordan. He's going to get 1. And is he going to get 2? I think he will. Down the straight, Jordan has got the move done. And he's up into 5th, but for how long? Because look at Old Maverick's speed. Old Maverick is mavericking his way through the field. Trying to get Heated, he does. Get Jasper. Jordan's run out wide through turn 1. And the Tim is through and he's up into 5th. The Tim is through and he's up into 5th. Jasper now on the inside line. And we've only got 2 more laps to go here in the sprint race. Here tonight, oh my God almighty, RJW leading the way, Cali in 2nd, Cam came home in 3rd, but now all hell is going to break loose here in Baku. Jordan to the inside line, to Tim on the outside line. Tim's got damage on that left side end plate, but Jordan, absolutely brilliant, tries to hold around the outside line in Kalamarlov's car. Goes around the outside of turn 4, gets the move done, brilliant stuff. He had damage to Tim, but Jordan is through, he's up into 5th. And has minced his way through the field to get to that point. Really impressive drive from him. Tim now in 6th. Old Maverick is in 7th. He's on a fresh set of superstars, of course, that are nearing their end date, their end life, essentially, out on track in 7th. So Ibba, by the way, is now 16th. He's just been passed by Passimoir further down the field. But RJDW leads the way, coming through turn 15 for the final time, or the penultimate time out on track, those guys. These guys, though, they're right on board with. I'm about to go on to the final lap of the race as well, and about to come move towards turn 15. RJDW, though, Cali, Cam came home, Ghost Recon. Have I just seen that right? Have I actually just seen that right? Has Lars just gone around the outside of turn 15 on the back of Ghost Recon? No wonder, he's got a T plate on that car. And now Alex is through and he's on Jasper for 8th. Jasper now under a lot of pressure. He's got a lot of damage on that car. He's picked up even more damage, if there wasn't already. There's the yellow flag in sector 3 and Shady is round. Shady resets the track. Gets the car going again. But Old Maverick now on the back of the Tim. The Tim now under pressure. Both these have got DRS, but look at the speed. 205 mile an hour reach across the line. The Tim, 6th position. And then 7th is Old Maverick. DUHC now through on Heated. Heated dropping the way down the field. And unlucky for me, I'm going to predict 2 out of the top 3. So RJDW leads the way. Cali in 2nd. Still dominant. The Brits out in front. And came up in 3rd. Frail Fury. Then Jordan. Then the Tim. Then Old Maverick. If the Tim wants to go for it, he's got to go for it now. Out on track as Lars tries to complete a move around the outside of turn 3. He's gone too deep into the corner. Never getting that one done, my son. Jasper still 9th and Lars in 10th. I wonder who's going to be supporting who at this point. Two of the Honda drivers here in the comment section are going to do battle for 9th and 10th position. What would be, normally in Formula 2, the final point scoring position out on track. With just half a lap to go And we're going to run on board with the leader. RJW now coming down through in towards turn 15 and then towards turn 16 for the final time. And it's been an absolute dominant drive from the Brit out on track. It has been a really, really good race to watch as well. And a really good race to commentate on as well on that. It's been fantastic to watch. But now RJW now coming around the final corner. He is going to win here tonight in League of Europe. And now comes across the line the championship leader, RJDW, wins out on track and sets the fastest lap of the race for that as well. To Tim now, closing on the back of Jordan. We won't get a photo finish, I don't think, but now to Tim, cuts out the slipstream. Jordan, side by side with him, running down into the final sector. The spinner, Sebo, ran, but Tim finishes in 5th. Jordan with a 5-second penalty in 6th. And RJDW, have just seen him, his reaction on the stream. Really, really happy with that result. DOHC across the line in 10th. Alex in 11th. Ghost Rico now 11th. Heated now 12th. Alexander 13th. Passing was AI is in 14th. Felipe, Shady, Cloudy, and Sebo we wait on to come around the final corner. But to RJDW, fantastic win out on track. Passing Moire's going to come across the line as AI in 14th. Will not pick up any points. Felipe will come across the line to finish in 15th. Shady across the line for 16th. And now we wait on Cloudy Cloud, who has either got a puncture or he's run out of fuel. Or is he letting Sebo through? Cloudy Cloud and Sebo still going around out on track, and Sebo crashes into the wall. If he gets going, then he's going to be on the back. But I'll tell you what, these guys are going very slow indeed. Cloudy Cloud has slowed down. Sebo is now quickening up. And these guys are going to have a bit of a drag race to the line at Monfields. Cloudy Cloud, 17th. But for how long? This is the slowest finish to any race that I'll ever commentate on. Sebo is through. He's got a puncture, I think, on that car. He's got 2 punctures, in fact, on that car. Cloudy Cloud trying to catch him. Is he going to toy with Sebo? Don't do this to Sebo. Sebo across the line in 17th. And Cloudy Cloud in 18th position out on track. My God almighty, Sebo with 2 punctures has gone across the line and still finished out of Cloudy Cloud, who I think had a puncture as well. But Sebo 17th, Cloudy Cloud in 18th. But driver of the day awarded to Lars, I think, there. But that man there, top step of the podium, RJDW. I did warn you he would be as quick as what I've made him out to be. He's the championship leader for a reason, and he has taken the win out on track. Commiserations, though, to the guys, of course, that finished in the top 3 as well. But RJDW doing a fantastic job out on track, and he takes the top step of the standings. As we'll see the grid order, and RJW wins from Cali in 2nd, Cam came home in 3rd, Pharrell Fury in 4th, to Tim in 5th with Maverick in 6th, Jordan in 7th, Lars in 8th with Jasper in 9th, DWHC rounding off the top 10, Ghost Recon, Heated, Alex, Passimoir, Felipe, Shady, Sebo, Cloudy Cloud 17th and 18th, and Calvin the only one not to finish out on track. But that is it for tonight. Pharrell Fury picks up the most points for Malt Maverick and RJW, who actually scores more than both the Tim and Heated, so he extends his championship lead as well. And Pharrell Fury winning the race in terms of the points, but he won the feature race. RJW wins the sprint race. And that is it for tonight here for League of Europe Division 2. Thank you for sticking by us in what has been a very, very long night, I think it's fair to say. And now we are going to get the... and now we are going to finish off the stream. And now we can have a lot of rest. I think that's what we all need. Next week, of course, I believe next week, if I'm not mistaken, let me have a check of the calendar, we go to Britain. So we go to Silverstone next week, and then it's France, and then it's Austria, and then we are done for Season 4 of F2. There will be another little short season towards the end, but more details, of course, will come about that later on. Thank you so much for tuning in to League of Europe Division 2. I've been James Head. please stay safe in this crazy world we all live in. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.